Can you get the full story on how you guys met? Favorite things about each other. What has been the biggest joy, the biggest challenge? How do you manage finances? Biggest pet peeves. Alright, hey. Hello everyone, welcome back to the vlog. Today I am doing a Q&A with Paul, my husband. He's being really awkward on camera right now. We got some Korean food to go. This is galbitang, which is Paul's favorite Korean food. And I asked you guys on Instagram to send me some questions that you have for us. So let's get started. Ready for question number 1?
Yes.
Why do you not want to be here right now? Can you get the full story on how you guys met?
We met at church when we were young. I think I was 8th grade and she was 6th grade. And she was...
I was friends with his sister.
My sister
because we're the same age. I think this tags along with the next couple questions. Who liked who first?
I liked Sally first.
I wanted him to say that.
And I tried. And then she rejected me.
But when he first started talking, I was in 8th grade. And he was a 10th grader. I think there was like some event that we were planning for. And he was like leading it. And so he texted me like, hey, can you help with this? And then...
Slid into her text.
Yeah, and then the conversation didn't stop because he was like, oh, what are you doing? What are you up to? And he tried to like
I didn't need her help.
He tried to continue the conversation.
I didn't need her help. I just wanted to get a number and talk.
But I guess I wasn't very receptive to that because I was like, I didn't think anything of it. I thought you were just asking for my help. So once that was done, I just stopped talking to you.
Yeah.
So he takes it as a rejection, but I didn't even know he was into me. And then afterwards, fast forward, he dated another girl.
Because I was lonely.
And then he tried again like a couple months after. So you first tried to talk to me beginning of 8th grade. And then you dated someone else.
Yeah, and then towards the end.
And then towards the end of 8th grade, he tried again. And then I was like actually interested in that. So I was more receptive. And then that's how we started dating. We actually started dating at that time.
March 2011.
Yes. What are your love languages?
Mine is quality time. And then maybe words of affirmation.
Mine is acts of service, number 1. And then physical touch. I actually have my leg on his leg right now. I just realized. So we actually have like very different love languages. And so we had to talk through that too. Just because we receive and give love in such different ways. So for him, for example, he is words of affirmation. That's how he receives love. And so he would give me a lot of words of affirmation, but I don't really need that. And vice versa. I didn't really give him words of affirmation because I'm really bad at that.
Yeah, I'll be always asking, why don't you say you love me? Because you never say it. She's like, I don't need to say it because look at all these things that I do for you. I'm like, what the? I just want you to say it. So I stopped telling her I love you. I just make her coffee in the morning. Or set up food. Or do little things.
What was your first date?
Ours? I had one of my older brothers pick me up.
Oh yeah, this is before we could both drive. Because he was like...
I was 16.
16.
And he picked me up. And then he picked Sally up. And then he dropped us both off at this mall. With a movie theater. And then we watched the movie. I think it was Jumper.
Was it?
And then we took some pictures at the photo booth in the mall.
In the mall.
And got picked up by another older brother.
Such a lame
the other
first
guy
date.
didn't want to wait for us. So we had another guy to pick us up and then drop us off.
I can respect the commitment.
It's the hustle.
Yeah, asking people to give us rides. It's because we were going on our first date in secret. Like we didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
We didn't tell our parents. We didn't tell our friends.
Shout out to Brian Lay and Chris Kim. If you guys are ever watching this, shout out. Y'all made this happen.
Seriously.
If you don't have a middle school crush and a high school crush, here's another way for you to meet your soulmate. That's so good. Wasn't that so good?
Great segue.
That was actually so good. Wow.
You know, obviously now it's a little bit more difficult to meet someone organically, especially as you get older. I want to say thank you, Coffee Meets Bagel, for sponsoring this portion of the video. If you guys don't know what it is a dating app to end all dating apps. One of my best friends actually met their significant others on Coffee Meets Bagel, and it was actually her first time downloading the app, and that was the first date she went on. And now they've been dating for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get engaged and married.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference between other dating apps and Coffee Meets Bagel is the type of people that come onto Coffee Meets Bagel. They are more likely to look for a serious relationship. So dating profiles will include questions that are really important for long-term relationships, such as your lifestyle, whether you smoke, whether you drink, whether you like pets, any relationship goals. So it's really easy to filter things out that way. There's less swiping on this app because every day at noon, Coffee Meets Bagel will suggest and curate a list of profiles for you. More time is focused on actually having conversations and getting to know these people instead of just swiping and seeing who you can match with. So if you are single and looking for somebody, highly recommend. I will have more information down below in the description box. Going back to the questions, favorite things about each other. You can go first.
Favorite thing? She's very patient and understanding. That's why she lasted this long with me. She's very patient and understanding, not just with me, but with other people, and helped me see better side of other people and situations. But also is not quick to jump in, like give me advice or like tell me what to do or what I should do better. But she's a very patient listener and empathizer, and yeah, very understanding of how other people should respond and would respond. I'll say very high EQ. Yeah.
Aww. My favorite thing about you?
It's hard, but
It's hard to choose one.
yeah.
I mean, come up with one.
No, I know it's hard to choose one. I know.
He is very serving, and I think that's him matching to like what my love language is, because I receive love through acts of service. He's like really adjusted to show me love in that way. Growing up, I was always like super hyper independent. I like never wanted to lean on anyone, never wanted to like depend on anyone. And I feel like he like overturned that completely. And now I'm just like always being taken care of in like every little way. Like whether it's like he's cooking for me, he's driving me, he's like doing all these little things for me. Anytime I go anywhere, like I don't need to prepare for anything. If I think about something that needs to be done, he's like already has done it for me.
For this, I just set it up.
He did set it up. Little things like that. So many questions about marriage. How's married life? What has been the biggest joy, the biggest challenge?
It's great. No more goodbyes, no more drop-off pickups.
Yes.
We can go somewhere together and come back home together, sleep together, wake up together.
Yeah, I would say that's my favorite thing about marriage too. You're
Yeah.
just never alone. You're like always...
Well, she's alone when I'm out.
Yeah, I'm actually alone a lot. I take that back. You always have someone, like a default best friend to do life with. What has been the most challenging?
I know.
I think you're gonna say what I'm gonna say. Go first.
You no longer have your own independent schedule.
That's what I was gonna say!
So now we share Google Calendar, and everything that I do outside of home will now affect her and vice versa. You always have to be mindful and sacrificial, and always need to communicate. And communication is probably the second hardest, along with that line.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I thought because we were dating for so long that we already were living that kind of lifestyle where we like adjust to each other's schedules and whatnot, but being married was like totally different. What is y'all's biggest argument? I think it kind of goes along with that.
We don't argue.
Okay, we actually don't argue very much.
Yeah. Probably communication or miscommunication, or maybe lack of communication.
Lack of communication.
Yeah.
Is a big one. Yeah, kind of going off of that previous question, I get upset or annoyed more like when he makes plans for me, like for us, and then he doesn't tell me. What is our biggest argument?
We don't argue. That's the thing. You just get mad. She just gets mad at me. I never get mad, so it's never an argument. We never argue.
Why do I get mad? because of something you did.
No, that's not the question.
But I feel like the way we deal with conflict, we don't like argue because we're kind of not vocal and headstrong in that way. So when we're both like annoyed at each other, we just don't talk to each other. We never raise our voices at each other. Any plans for kids?
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say exactly what she says. We said 3 years when we got married, and it's already been 1 almost. And now we have 2 years left, so I'm down for 2. But she goes, oh, but maybe 3. Because now it's like pushing to 4. Go ahead, you say?
Okay.
See?
Yeah, well, okay, when we first got married, we were like, maybe 3 years. Because in that point in time, I thought 3 years was a long time. But it's already almost been a year, and I can't imagine being a mom anytime soon. So.
It won't be. It will be 9 months later.
Okay, my thing also is because he's older than me, a lot of his friends are already married and like maybe thinking about starting to have kids. All of my girlfriends are not even married for the most part. So it's like, I don't want to be a mom when all of my friends are single and unmarried. That's lame.
Yeah, for them.
We'll see. But I mean, eventually, yes. But hopefully not anytime soon. He wants 3 kids. I want 2 kids. But I think I get the final say because I'm the one popping them out. My thing is, if I get 2 girls, I'm good. If I get a boy and a girl, I'm good. If I get 2 boys, I will try one more time for a girl. And if I get 3 boys, then that's God's will and I'll just accept my fate. How do you manage finances? That was actually a big question too.
Oh, I do absolutely nothing but spend and then Sally manages.
Yeah, well, that is true. We have a joint bank account, and we only have one checking account together, so we just have everything in one place. Just because it's easier to manage that way. I don't want to have to check his, check mine, and try to budget. He has like no accounting finance background, like money background, so I do all of the budgeting, finance management. We don't want to have to deal with like a joint and 2 separate checking accounts. Seems like a lot of work. What does Paul feel about you being an influencer?
It was great.
Okay, nice.
It's great. I don't mind. Yeah, it's a legit career and it's a newer industry, so I'm slowly trying to wrap my head around it and get used to it and try to support her best as I can.
He's a very private person, and I think he's only started to like really be more active and involved in my social media just because like he always brings the views for some reason.
Can I say? Be on the lookout for Paul Kim 7.
He does have a public golf account.
Oh yeah, please follow Paul HK Kim. I suck, but I'm trying to be good, so please follow for any golf content.
He's a very private person, so I feel like I try to do a good job about not, revealing too much about him online because this is a very public space, and once anything is on the internet, it stays forever. Mm-hmm. And it's like what I chose to do, and I don't really need to bring him onto it, but he's very like receptive, like as you can see. Biggest pet peeves. I already said mine.
What is it?
When you make plans without telling me, like plans for me.
Do you want me to tell the truth or do you want me to filter this out?
What is it? I can edit it out if I want to.
When she makes a mess. I'm not talking just eating. Talking laundry, dishes, washing up, shower, because she never cleans. She makes a mess and somehow it's always clean, so she, I think, expects it to be clean. Okay,
in my defense, he's like very clean. Like OCD level clean. And so like the messes that I make, I don't think it's that messy.
It's not dirty. It's never dirty, it's just messy.
And like I would get to it eventually, but he doesn't give me the chance to because he needs it clean right away.
Yeah. And we're talking a week or 2.
No, not even.
Okay, let's answer this question together. When's the last time you wiped the mirror with Windex in the bathroom? 1, 2, 3. 2 days ago.
Next question.
See? see. When's the last time you vacuumed?
Okay, actually, I did use a Dyson last
When?
time. It was about a week and a half ago. That's not bad, right?
2 days ago.
Okay, see, he's OCD clean. But he does a lot. For Paul, when did you realize that you wanted to marry Sally?
Day 1.
Shut up. That's a lie.
I don't know, probably sometime in college, or maybe when I graduated college and she was still like in junior maybe in college. So what, like 2017? That's when I was like for sure.
It was like 5 years into dating.
Yeah.
6.
5-6 years.
Yeah. I would say similar timeline. He was definitely ready to get married earlier than I was.
Yeah. It's because I'm older.
Because of age, yeah. You want to say the outro?
What's the outro?
Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Okay, well that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't. Bye. Cheers.